2022 Every Bit Counts challenge, and I finally have enough bell peppers to get some frozen. They're finally starting to produce. Now some of them are tiny. These are the ones that were in my Mr. Stacker pots there. We had to move those pots for the roofers, and in the process of moving them, my husband knocked them over, and it kind of shocked these guys a little bit. They weren't looking so great, so I brought them in, put them in a box to finish ripening. And hey, even if they're small, they're still totally edible and capable of being frozen. Whole handful from that little one. So I'm going to get these cut up today. Finally, I'm so happy I have some peppers I can start putting away. There's a lot that are going to be out there. And after it finally rained, folks, it has been pouring rain here for the last couple of days, and even though it sets our roof and everything back another day or two, I'm really okay with it in a way. I'm telling myself I'm okay with it because I can't control the weather. And I'm happy to see the rain. When I took the puppy out this morning and I just did a quick look around, my tomatoes are loving the rain. Isn't it funny how the garden knows the difference between rain and watering it with the hose? Because I've been watering with the hose pretty much daily for long periods of time to make sure everything gets a good drink, and it still doesn't do as well as a good day of rain. And we've had a couple, so pretty happy that it's raining. So yeah, but I know I have elderberries, I think, ready for harvesting too. Again, it's just been so rainy, but I think I'm going to have to brave the rain later today. And the bugs, the bugs are ferocious now thanks to all the rain. They were bad before. Just taking the puppy out this morning, I got chewed all up. So that's one good thing I love about fall. We usually don't have any bugs, and it's still nice. So, and I just realized the lighting again was terrible. So this got kind of a little bit yucky. I'm just going to cut that piece off, and it's fine inside. Let me just check it here. Yep, the rest of it's good. The rest of it's fine. So we'll just throw that away. I'm going to give these tops to the chickens. And I am giving my house much love, much needed love today. Just so busy this time of year with the harvesting and everything. And I'm taking the sign of all this rainy day to take advantage of it and get some housework done. I mean, it is suffering desperately from lack of attention the last, honestly, a couple of weeks. It's been really a good time, long time since I've given the house a really good thorough clean, and I'm just trying to organize. I'm always trying to organize. Problem with me is I'm trying to find more storage in a house that is plenty big enough, and I get it. Owning too much stuff is part of the problem, but you usually have a lot of stuff when you're a homesteader. I mean, just the equipment and everything alone that you need. But, you know, I'm also a crafter and crocheter, so I do have craft supplies, and I do have yarn, and I use a lot of them in I do a lot of that stuff in the downtime, in the colder months. And yeah, I'm trying to create more space where there isn't any. That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm just trying to get a little more organized and be a little bit more honest about what I'm not going to need, what I'm not using, and donate it. So there's been a lot of trips to the thrift stores over the last couple of weeks. So that is my plan for today. So we're just going to, I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put these in my food saver bags and get them frozen. I find they do better than just in the Ziploc bag. So I'm going to finish. I got a couple more, and then I'll get out the food saver, and I'll meet you back here in a minute. Okay, I think I have enough for two. So I do have ones already cut, but I'm trying to use these rolls first. So I just got to seal the ends here. And I just got this at Walmart, the food saver. I got it last summer. I think it was like $78, and it came with a bunch of the bags, and that was a really good deal, and I've been wanting one for a while. But when I saw it for that, I grabbed it. The only thing I wish I'd done, I wish I'd gotten the bigger one. So, but these work really good. I'm really excited because I just ordered off of Amazon the vacuum sealer that works with this, the tube here, but it also works on its own, so I can vacuum seal the air out of mason jars. So people on TikTok say that they're having their berries and all that stuff last literally weeks, if not months, by doing that. So if it's true, because I hate wasting food, and I find we just don't go through the berries quick enough before they go bad. Local ones aren't so bad because I know they were just picked, because either we just picked them or down the road just picked them. But if you're getting them from away, gosh only knows with the amount of time it's taking to get things right now, how old they are. So yeah. All right, it's ready. The bag a little too big, but I do want to have Dave and I are the only ones who for the most part eat these, and this is the perfect portion for tacos, stir fries, what else, quesadillas, anything I need peppers for. So there we go. 2 bags of bell peppers from my garden for all vacuum sealed, ready to go into the freezer for this winter. I use these in stir fries, tacos, quesadillas, so many things. I love bell peppers. I love them more than tomatoes, which is why I grow a lot more than tomatoes. My husband likes these. My husband does not like tomatoes. And these are the perfect portion for meals. I love stir fries because ones are delicious and they're so easy and they're good for you, and they're like everything's in one pot. So I love that. Okay, folks, there's day 22 of Every Bit Counts Challenge. See you back here tomorrow for day 23. Day 23, and I'm doing something really out of the box today, for me anyway. I am going to try and dehydrate watermelon. Fingers crossed it works. Hi friends, Lynn from Bucket List Homestead, and as I said, it is day 23. I mean, we have just 8 days left of this month. It's crazy to think we're almost done. And my tomatoes are still green, but that's okay. Last year it was September when I was doing a lot of my tomato preserving, and I see a busy September in my future. So, as I said in the beginning, I am going to try and dehydrate watermelon. I've never done it before. I'm really excited to try this. So I'm only doing half a watermelon. The other half I'm actually going to freeze so we can have like watermelon slushies or free smoothies or whatnot in the winter. So, okay, let's try this. So I'm trying to cut the watermelon into circles, and then I'm going to cut it into little rectangles. I stink at cutting watermelon. It's not going so good, but I'm doing my best. So I've cut one. I've cut the edges off, and I'm just going to, yeah, I was hoping to cut it like this. That's how I was hoping to cut it, but it's not going so well. So we might be doing little chunks. I'm giving the extra to my, the pieces I cut off to the chickens. My chickens love watermelon. So, all right, I'm going to take these pieces. So I have my tray lined with one of the liners I got off of Amazon. It's basically just shelf liner material, and if that's, it might even be cheaper, and then you can just cut a hole in it yourself. They weren't that expensive. I can link it if anybody wants it, but it was just on Amazon. All right, that might be a little too thick, I'm worried. Okay, so I watched a few videos, and Darcy at the Purposeful Pantry, who I really go to for a lot of my dehydrating advice, because she's the queen of dehydrating, said you can put this close together. She also said this is going to take 3 days maybe, so I'm okay with that. All right, so I'm going to keep cutting this up, but I do think it's too thick, so I'm going to cut it in half. So you have to let me know if any of you have tried this. Did it work? I also have ordered oxygen absorbers to put in my mason jars for these. I don't plan on eating them right away. If we like them, I'm hoping to have them, you know, for a little while. And with watermelon, even though I'm dehydrating it and I'll make sure all the moisture's out, it still makes me nervous. So just to have some extra protection. Whew, I'm going to add oxygen absorbers to my jars when they come out. And another rainy day here in our part of Ontario, and I'm grateful for the rain. We needed it. We did not need a whole summer's worth in 3 days, however. Our chicken coop is a giant mud puddle, and we're now into day 3 of them not being able to work on our house. So yeah, the stress of that is I've just about had enough of it. I really, really, really hope it stops raining, but it's looking like maybe rain all week. Weekend's going to be beautiful, which normally is a good thing, but they don't work on the weekends. So I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if it's going to be September before all this is done. The roof is 98% done. They need to finish, and the siding is, well, 99% done. They still have a couple of spots that they haven't done yet. But they still have to do the gutters and some new soffits. So we'll see how things go. I'm anxious to share with you all how it looks. It looks better than I'd hoped. I'm very, very, very pleased with it. Okay, so there's one tray filled. So I'm just going to keep going until I get all these filled up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have 4 trays full of watermelon, and get the lid on here. Okay, make sure everybody's lined up. Okay, so I need 135, and I'm gonna let this go for as long as it will let me. I think 24 hours maybe. We'll see. Oops. Darn it. Okay, 24 hours. And if I remember, I'm going to try and like tomorrow morning, flip them all over to make sure they're not sticking. So, okay. There's our first experiment. Now, this is left of that first half, and I have that other half that I've started right there that I'm going to start getting ready for the freezer. So I'm thinking about, yeah, I'm just going to keep cubing it because that's what I've already started with. Okay, so the last big hunk of watermelon I'm going to save to make a fruit salad because I have a cantaloupe here too I want to cut up. So I freeze these just like I freeze my strawberries. I flash freeze them on a cookie sheet with parchment, and then when they're frozen solid in a couple hours, I will put them in a Ziploc bag. I have 2 trays ready just in case because I have a feeling I'm going to need another one. That was a lot of watermelon. I'm going to keep filling this up and we'll get it in the freezer. Okay, so I got 95% of it on the one tray, which is good because I barely have room for the one tray, so the few pieces that are left, I'll just add it to my fruit salad. So there, I'll wait till they're frozen solid in a couple hours and put them in a Ziploc bag. The other thing I'm going to do today, I'm going to make some rose face toner for the coming winter. So I'm going to put, these are roses from my rose bush. I can trust these because I know there's been no sprays, no chemicals, anything like that. I washed them all and then I just dried them in the sun back in June, and they're nice and crunchy, so I know there's no moisture. Oh, they smell good. So I'm going to say maybe a good tablespoon and a half is in that. And then I just have plain witch hazel, alcohol free, so it doesn't. And I'm just going to fill this up. Put a lid on it. Give it a shake, and I'm going to put this in a dark place and just let it do its thing for the next 2 or 3 weeks. And then I'll strain the roses out, put it in a spray bottle, and then I'll just have like a little spritz for my skin. I'm really looking forward to this winter. And you can buy witch hazel with rose in it, and right now it's like $25 for a little bottle this big. Yes, witch hazel costs me, I got this one in the States, so it cost me a little bit less. I think it was $5 or $6. It's around $15 here. So I have enough to do probably one more. So it's still cheaper than $25 for that little bottle. And I know exactly where these roses came from. So that's it for day 22. See you back here for day 20. I did it again. That's it for day 23. See you back here for day 24 tomorrow. What a difference a couple of days of rain makes in your garden. I am so excited what I got out of my garden last night. Hi, welcome back to Bucket List Homestead. My name is Lynn, and yes, I'm rocking my inner 13-year-old today with this hair. Today is day 24 of Every Bit Counts Challenge. What a difference all this rain has made. I went into my garden last night, and I've had the best day so far this summer with my harvest. I have a whole box of peppers sitting there. Some of them still needed to just ripen up a little bit more, so I'm just going to let them do that. But I planted kidney beans for the first time this year, and this is what I've shelled so far. And I'm so excited. Like I have quite a few still to go. There's still lots to pick in the garden. I by mistake picked one of the, there might even be more in there, of the soldier beans that I planted. So I'm just going to let them dry. My plan is, I've been looking it up, and I can can these fresh. They don't have to dry out. So if I don't have to dry them out and I can get them canned, that is my plan for today, to pressure can them. But first, and I also got my very first batch of tomatillos. Not enough here yet to make salsa verde. I've never had salsa verde, but I love Mexican food. It has become one of my favorite things to eat. And I love guacamole. I love salsa. I love pico de gallo especially. So I thought, I'm going to try salsa verde, but I don't have enough. But apparently, we can keep these in their husk, and they'll last for 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm going to just let these sit in their husk for a while, and I have some more. And hopefully I can get enough to make at least just even a small batch, because I don't even know. My husband's probably not going to like it. I can tell you that right now. He's not a tomato fan. He's not a salsa fan. He's not a pico de gallo fan. He's not a guacamole fan. He doesn't mind sour cream, but other than that, he's not a fan. So I don't necessarily need a huge batch anyway, because I don't even know if I'm going to like it. And if it's just me eating it, I'm hoping to do it in little jars. So I'm going to make a small batch, but I'm going to wait because there are a couple more that need to be picked. Hold on just a sec. The puppy was getting into something. So yeah, I'm hoping to get a few more. I've never seen tomatillos for sale anywhere around here in my area. Not at grocery stores, not at farmers markets, nothing. Now, I am planning to go to the farmer's market this weekend because pears are supposedly going to be there. And I want to get like a big bushel of pears so I can can up some pears. My pear trees are a few years away from producing anything. So, yeah, so all right, we're going to get to these kidney beans. I also forgot to mention, I harvested the best elderberry harvest I've ever harvested. Since I planted my elderberry bushes a few years ago. They're in the freezer right now, so I can just shake them all off. And I've got a bowl fresh. Hold on just a second. These are the ones I kept. I picked them off myself. Aren't they beautiful? Elderberries. Funny how such a tiny, tiny little berry is so amazingly good for you and has so many wonderful health benefits. I'm debating about making jelly with this today. I've never had elderberry jelly. I usually use this to make elderberry syrup, and I'm going to try making a tincture this year because they last a lot longer. The syrup doesn't last as long. And yeah, I'm thinking about making the rest. I'm going to keep frozen, and then when we need it to make a tea or more tincture, I'll have it. But I'm debating about making elderberry jelly with this. So that might be what I do with these. But yes, best harvest I've had Okay, so far I've got a few that weren't ready, and I'm just saving these, and I'll be planting these next year. Oh, there's some more soldier beans. I had a feeling a few of these are going to be soldier beans, but that's okay. They were ready too. And my bucket here, I'm going to give all the husk to the chickens today. So they are loving the harvest days. I know that because they're getting a lot of good things to eat. Well, good news and bad news. Good news, I got them all shelled. Quite a few there. Bad news is I still don't have enough, at least for the recipe that I found for canning fresh kidney beans. I know, I'm pretty sure there's a lot more out in the garden. I just can't pick them right now. We got the roofers back today because it's finally, I don't know if I mentioned before, but we're finally having our first sunny day in 5 days. Don't get me wrong, I am very happy to get rain. We needed it. And they're calling it the $1 million rain because our farmers, sorry, I didn't know someone was knocking at the door. Our farmers down in the county, as we call it, were desperate. They needed rain this past week or they were going to lose everything. And it looks like it's going to turn around for them because of the rain. So yay. However, we did not need a whole summer's worth of rain in 2 days. We've been flooding. We've gone from drought to flooding. Just a sec. Sorry, the roofers needed a question answered. So I know I have a lot more, so I'm going to pick more of the kidney beans. Look out. Hold on, just a sec. Real life, folks. Grace was hanging out a thing of clothes, and I had to take care of the grandpuppy, and oh my gosh, I feel like this video is never going to get done today. So I hope I finished my thought about the kidney beans. I hope I'm not repeating myself. Yes, I will go pick more, and we'll probably do that as a canning project tomorrow. So, because I can't can them, I got them all shelled. I went and got the, oh, I have to show you too. Finally, I got a tomato. This will be going in the freezer in a bag until I get enough of them to do something with. But I finally got a tomato. And these are Amish paste tomatoes that I got. So, okay. My elderberries. I took them out of the freezer. And we're hoping this is going to be easy. Let's see. Supposedly, if you freeze them, and then you just give them a shake, they'll come off. They're not. So they're not coming off at all. So I'm just going to do the old tried and true method of picking them off with my fingers. And I'll just have to pick out the green ones. That did not work like I wanted to at all. It's a little disappointing. A little bit. Freezing them didn't work. I will say though, freezing them a little bit helps your fingers not get so stained. So this is what I got. So happy. That is like the best harvest I've ever had. I got to measure out. I am going to make elderberry jelly. So I think I'm going to use the raspberry recipe from my Pomona's cookbook recipe. I got to find it. Oh my gosh, I feel like I've been running back and forth so much because I have been. I decided I gotta preserve these elderberries first before I get to the jam. So I'm just making some bags with my food saver bag. I'm gonna do about 1/4 cup per bag because that is what the recipe calls for my tinctures that I'm gonna make, or the syrup, because these are fresh, they're not dried, you don't need to use as many. So I'm just going to get my bags all sealed up. Put 1/4 cup in each bag, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, so in one of those bags, I don't know if you noticed, it had a lot more, but I didn't want to have to open a whole nother roll of food saver bags just for that. So that one's going to put 3/4 cup in it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags, 4 1/4 cup and 1 3/4 cup. And that should do us for this whole winter. And into the freezer they go. Like I said, that will do us this whole winter to help us with any nastiness that might be going around. And the next batch I pick, I'm going to dry. So I have some dried, and I'll be using the dehydrator for that. So, okay, now elderberry jelly. Okay, so in the saucepan here, I have 1/3 cup of water. And I've got, I think it was 4 cups of elderberries. And we're just going to bring them to a boil. Boil them for about a minute. I keep forgetting my new stove. I don't have to reach in the back for these anymore. Okay. So we're going to let those boil for a minute. Or sorry, 3 minutes. And we'll be right back. While the berries are coming to a boil, I have my cheesecloth ready over here. I just put them on this thing. I got this at a yard sale a few years ago. It came with a metal funnel thing and a wooden masher. I love it. So yeah, I got that. And I'm just gonna, and I have a big measuring cup, bowl, anything. And I'm just laying my cheesecloth over this. I have clothespins for when I put that in, and I can clip it to this, because this is going to have to drip. I see a late night in my future. This is going to have to drip for at least 2 hours, or you can leave it overnight. I might even leave it overnight, and this might go into tomorrow's every bit counts challenge. But yeah, so we're going to let the juices drip, and as much as we can. So I might let it go. It's already 4 o'clock here. And I could be up to midnight doing jam tonight, or jelly tonight. So we'll wait and see. I do want to go to the garden and pick more. Sorry, I got a puppy licking my feet. Pick more kidney beans too. So, okay, I think our berries are starting to come to a boil. All right, so we're gonna let them go for 3 minutes. Okay, these have been boiling a couple of minutes, and I just took my masher and I'm just squishing them down. We're just going to take it over to the cheesecloth. Okay, we're going to slowly, I'm just going to put a clip here for a second. Clip it at the top, and then I just clip it off the side here. There, we are just going to let that drip into that bowl. Let me pull it out of here. Just moved it over here. There, so I'm just going to let that go. Truthful, oh, you know what, it needs to be a little bit higher so it can drain. There we go, perfect. So truthfully, I don't think I'm going to get to this tonight. I'm also doing my live tonight with Tanya, so I got to get ready for that, make supper for everybody. So we're just going to let this drip all night until tomorrow morning. So this will go into day 25. So, all right, recap. I got a bunch of these shelled. I got my elderberries frozen. I've got a bunch of seed saving started with the kidney beans. And I even got some of my soldier beans picked by mistake, which I'll be going out and doing some more. So that's going to end today for day 24. And I'll wrap, folks. I'm going to just say, as usual, take care. God bless. We'll see you all soon. And remember, be prepared, not scared. We'll see you soon.